what is the result and output of this brief Python code that involves list comprehension, as you can see here? Okay, so is it going to be 14, 15, 28, 29, or is it going to generate an error? So the first, at the beginning, we are defining empty list bid, and then we are forming an object via range of 29, so it would generate object from 0 to 28, and then we are looping, and then we are filling in the bid with the elements from this range. So effectively, after running up to the third line, we get bid as a list equal to 0 times 5. So we are appending y times 5. So we get 0 times 5, 0. Then in the range, the next element is 1. 1 times 5, 5. Then 2 times 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on and so forth, up to the last one, which is 28 times 5, which will give us 140. So the last element in this list is 140. How many elements are this in this vector or list? Well, in the original one, we had 0 to 28. That is 29 elements. So the same thing. It's a 1 by 29 vector. So it has 29 columns and 1 row. All right. So in this one now, the next line is we take bid and we form a new list via list comprehension. As you can see, we are doing negate x and 1 for x in bid. So what we are doing is we are for x in bid, we are taking element by element out of bid, and we form jackpot as the new list, in which we are saying that, okay, consider 0 in bit representation, assuming 140 is the largest number, and we are dealing with probably 8 or 9 bits needed. So in bit representation is a bunch of zeros just. Let's say this is the representation of it. Now, when we negate, because we are doing not x, that's the, because of precedence of logical operator, we have to do not x first. So we get 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and so whatever. And then we do AND 1. So it's an AND operation with 1, which is something like this. So as a result of this, we're going to get 1. And that's the outcome. So the outcome of doing, the outcome of the process of negate x and 1 will give us 1 for 0. What about 5? Well, for 5, what happens is 5 is represented in this format. 5 is, again, bunch of zeros because it's a positive number, but at the end, you would get to 101. But then when we negate 5, so this was negate 0. So when we negate 5, we get this representation. So it's 0, 1, 0, and then bunch of ones. Now, we do negate 5 and 1, so we are doing an AND of this with 1, and we get, of course, 0, because you can see that there is nothing, we don't have two ones that could be in the AND operation, so the outcome is purely 0. Therefore, for the second one, the operation of negate x and 1 give you 0, and you can see this will alternate. So for any even number, because for the same reason I explained for 0, you get 1. For any odd number, for the reason I explained for 5, you get 0. Now, the question is, the last one is an even number, so naturally for that you get 1. Since we have 29 elements in the list, we have 15 of them. So if you can't count them 1, 2, up to 15, we have 15 of them as in the bid operation to be even. Therefore, we get 15 ones, and we have 14 otherwise. So therefore, in jackpot, in list comprehension result that generate jackpot, we have 15 1. And when we do sum of jackpot, naturally we are summing up 15 ones and we get 15. So the correct answer is 15. We don't get error, we just get the 15. If you're not careful, the alternative would be, by mistake, we might count the odd ones and we get 14, and so on and so forth. I hope that this example is helpful.